I was incredibly weak in high school. Like literally during lunch, like my friends and I would just, go around pushing each other, pushing each other like this. And every time I got pushed, I would literally go like flying. Like I tried to like resist, but I was just like a weak little guy. I was like 50 kilos at the time, extremely like skinny. Like you could literally like see my ribs, um, just just from a very normal state. Like so, because sometimes we have like sport on like at school, right? And we like in the changing rooms, the boys' locker rooms, and every time I take my shirt, I can just see, like everyone can just see like my pure ribs and skinny arms, of course. And because of that, like every time we used to just have some banter, push each other around, I would honestly just go flying like a freaking frisbee. And so that was obviously something that I've realized, but I honestly at that stage I just didn't have the realization to go to the gym and just work on like my health and like just developing my physique. And like I remember one time when we were playing basketball, like there were some guys like being rough, not really, but you know how you're typically just running around pushing each other a bit in basketball. Like the teacher literally had to tell this guy to stop going so rough on me. And honestly, I just felt so embarrassed from that experience. Like, imagine a teacher coming to have to like to step in to stop some big dude on like being too rough on you. Like, I don't know. It was just like a very embarrassing like experience for that to happen. Um, and I remember that like point very vividly because like we were actually like good friends. So he wasn't like being a dick or anything. He was just we were just playing like basketball. So there was nothing wrong that he did, but it did just make me feel like an immense amount of shame. Like how can you be that weak, man? Like he didn't even bump into you that hard. And so what I've realized is that I really needed to like prioritize like health and just this isn't about like bodybuilding and like becoming a huge jack dude, but it's at least like having the respect to gain a level of physical strength that you're personally like proud with. And that's something that I've been working over the past few years. So I went from like 50 kilos back in like year 10 to now I went to 80 kilos in my bulk, and then I cut down to around like 72 right now. So feeling pretty good at this weight. I'm still like fairly skinny at like 72, but there's just a lot more muscle where I'm just more like, more comfortable with my body. And you can say it's like shallow or whatever, like, having muscle, but it definitely does add to like just it's not really like a sense of security, but it's more like a sense of pride that I've put in the work to like try and become like physically strong. And so that's the reason why I wanted to share this, which is that like health is something that all of us like we know we should prioritize, but sometimes we never do. And it's only until we get into like extreme circumstances that bring us so much like shame or just some negative emotion, like either you get sick or something, then do we actually do something about it. But I realized that when I prioritize my health, then everything in my life like gets better. So just from like going to like 50 to 70 kilos, like sure, like, I'm able to hold my ground more. But everything in my life improved. Relationships, just how I slept, how I generally felt, my mood, my work even. And so your health is genuinely like one of the highest like the highest leverage things that you can do, which is that's why I'm like always like prioritizing that. And yeah, just trying not to make any excuses for not like going to the gym or not going for a run. So yeah, uh, hopefully that's something that like is also something you may resonate with. Let me know in like in the comments. But that's something that I'll be keeping in mind going forward.